I'm like, when it comes to that situation, like everything is exactly how it is. Everything is that.
This might be one of the weirdest karma reversals we've seen in a long time. Just days after Remy Ma went public pointing the finger at Papoose and claiming he was the one stalling the divorce, the very man she allegedly swapped him out for ended up exposing the entire situation. While Remy was online calling Papoose an easy-to-block captain, whispers started spreading that the new guy wasn't nearly as invested as she made it seem. The word going around is that Eazy lost interest pretty quickly, especially once the internet stopped hyping the situation. It was entertaining when social media was locked in, dissecting every post, every appearance, and he was enjoying the attention and the clout that came with it. But once that online buzz faded, his career didn't really see any boost at all. No big shift, no major momentum. Now people are saying he's already pulled back, started entertaining other women, and left Remy standing there looking visibly awkward. And that's really the craziest part of all this. The situation didn't even last long enough to feel serious before it completely fell apart, especially after Remy spent all that time defending it, pushing back against criticism, and trying to convince everyone that what they had was real and worth standing on.
Stuff. So now because she's trying to tell me all this stuff to make me feel like she's really my friend and to counteract that she's doing in the public, right? So she's like, yeah, cause she Remy so much, right? So she's like, yeah, cause that's my nigga. I'm the one that makes him valid in Philly. He needs me. I made him valid, and now he with Remy and he trying to treat me like this, but she don't even know that I came to the hotel. So she said, yeah. So in July, I went to the hotel and Remy was mad. She was on the phone. She knew I was at.
The black community has always been big on loyalty and standing 10 toes down for your own. No debate about it. So when people watched the relationship between Remy Ma and Papoose over the years, especially seeing him hold her down during her prison sentence, the assumption was clear. Those two were solid. Ride or die, locked in for life, no matter what came their way. That's exactly why everything shifted in 2022, when news broke that Remy was allegedly involved with Eazy the Black Captain. The reaction was immediate and loud. Almost overnight, the narrative flipped. They went from being celebrated as a prime example of black love to Remy getting dragged all over the internet for not staying loyal to a man who stood beside her during her darkest chapter. But Remy has never been the type to sit back quietly while people dogpile her name. She fired back hard, saying she finally chose herself instead of staying in a marriage just to protect a public image of black love. She made it clear she was done living for the internet and its expectations. And she didn't stop there. Remy went on to expose Papoose, claiming he had already moved on and was dealing with Clarissa Shields, while also saying their marriage had been unstable for a long time behind the scenes. Papoose, however, told a completely different version of events. According to him, he didn't start seeing anyone until after he realized Remy and Eazy were more than just business. At first, he thought it was strictly professional and even had no issue with Eazy. But once he felt played and discovered things were happening behind his back, that's when he checked Eazy, and that situation allegedly turned physical. Listen.
That ain't no regular female, my nigga. That's his wife knocking you out compared to what he could have did to you. Nigga, that was life. And you not off the hook either. If you don't cheat, at least cheat with a nigga that can fight. You know this ain't right. You know this ain't right. Come on, y'all know this ain't right. Y'all know this ain't right. Remy, you are up here supporting the victim. We done had 6 chrome events. 6 chrome events. Papoose was at all of them.
While Papoose and Remy were busy putting all their business on Front Street, airing out details none of us ever needed to know, Eazy to block captain was on the sidelines collecting wins. And child, maybe his name already rang bells in his own circles, but being seen with Remy took him from niche recognition to full-on internet visibility. Overnight, he went from known to known. He started popping up in interviews, confidently saying he wasn't some side situation, he was Remy's main man. And people were suddenly locked in. Folks paid closer attention to his battle rap appearances, especially when he started weaving the drama with Remy and Papoose directly into his bars. Remy also played a role in putting a bigger spotlight on Eazy, especially after she publicly suggested that Papoose wasn't financially stable like that and needed a woman to look out for him. She made a point to separate Eazy from that narrative, saying he wasn't dusty and didn't need her money to survive. But while she was out here defending her situation and standing 10 toes on Eazy, he was already thinking ahead, allegedly planning his exit before the relationship even wrapped up. Then that leaked audio hit, where Eazy was talking about being ready to move on from Remy once she made her move. In that audio, he allegedly said he was going to squeeze every dollar out of the situation, possibly line himself up with a reality TV opportunity, and make sure he didn't walk away empty-handed. And honestly, was anyone really surprised? A lot of people had already said from the beginning that the whole situation felt off. The vibes were weird, the energy felt forced. And plenty of folks were saying if Remy was going to end up with a Temu version of Papoose anyway, she might have been better off trying to fix what she already had. But Remy didn't budge. She stood firm. She made it clear she wasn't spinning the block, she wasn't doubling back, and she didn't care what anybody had to say about it.
Came through the situation with a mask on. And somehow he got past the security guard. I don't know how. Now, we're not going to speculate here. I don't know how he got with a mask on. I don't know how he got past the security guard, but he got past the security guard. The wall is an L shape. I'm on the wall, and literally, the nigga, he literally sneaked me. He do sneak me.
Now, fast forward to today, and it's looking like Remy should have bowed out while she still had control, because Eazy is dragging her into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. While Remy was online professing love and standing 10 toes behind that relationship, the word is Eazy was moving real reckless behind closed doors. Allegedly, he wasn't just entertaining one other woman, but 2 female rappers at the same time. One of them happened to be his ex, who accidentally let it slip that they were still seeing each other. The other was reportedly an artist connected to his Trenches League, and screenshots began floating around of them joking about Remy having a full-on meltdown once she found out. And that's what really made it sting, because Remy actually knows both women and showed them nothing but love while smiling in their faces. What made the situation even wilder is that Eazy didn't rush to shut any of it down. Word is he genuinely didn't care whether Remy found out or not during all the back and forth. Papoose then jumped into the mix, claiming Eazy had explicit videos and receipts of Remy and was allegedly using them as leverage to keep her locked into the relationship for clout. Remy clapped back immediately, calling that pure projection and saying nothing like that ever happened. With all these cheating allegations swirling, Eazy is basically showing that loyalty was never high on his priority list when it came to Remy, and that alone speaks volumes. He's moving like he doesn't owe anybody anything, and the message is loud, even without him saying much at all. Remy, on the other hand, looks stuck between a rock and a hard place. If she goes online and addresses the drama, the hip-hop community is going to clown her non-stop for letting a man play in her face. Staying silent makes her look hurt, but speaking up could blow up in her face even worse. Either way, it's a straight lose-lose situation. What's adding even more fuel to the fire is the growing talk that Remy and Papoose might be circling back around. Lately, Papoose has been spotted spending time with Remy, while Clarissa appears to be unraveling online, which only pours more gasoline on the rumors. And honestly, the optics alone are loud.
Back with the ball, right? Which
all right, I'll come out, explain everything that happened. Yo, we was fucking with each other, you was cheating on ball, such and such, and whatever happens. Let's say Love and Hip Hop pick it up. Y'all get back together. How does now? I get a bag. You know what I mean? I get a little bag. I get a little check, couple little. You know what I'm saying? Such and such a. You know what I mean? I'm the boy that such and such a cheat. I'm around now. I'm a little bit. So at the end of the day, it kind of fit. You know what I'm saying? Like it fit everybody's job. And so but you're still gonna get caught. I don't give a fuck if we don't.
At this stage, everything feels completely out of control, and everybody involved looks wrapped up in pure chaos. People are already saying that even if Remy never comes out and speaks on this publicly, the damage has already been done. She took a risk, it didn't pay off, and she ended up catching one of the biggest L's of her career. She really believed the grass was greener on the other side, only to step off the curb and land straight on concrete. And let's keep it real, the jokes basically write themselves at this point. Folks are clowning her, saying she turned herself into the lead character of an imaginary film called How to Lose Your King for the Butler. In battle rap circles especially, this entire situation has turned her into a running punchline, and that kind of label doesn't disappear overnight. When you strip it all down, this situation exposed just how fast things can flip when pride speaks louder than logic. Remy put everything on the line, thinking she was about to rewrite her narrative. Instead, she gave the internet a front row seat to watching her fumble in real time. The moment the loyalty storyline cracked, the respect started leaking fast, and no amount of silence can patch that back together. In hip-hop culture, perception is currency, and hers took a serious hit the second Eazy started moving reckless without any fear of consequences. What made it sting even more is that Eazy never even tried to protect her image. No cover stories, no graceful exits, no clean break, just mess, chaos, and energy that felt like he was daring the fallout to get louder. That kind of behavior makes it clear she was valued more as a moment than as an actual partner. When someone is already emotionally checked out, everything they do afterward comes off cold, calculated, and selfish. And the streets peeped something else too. Eazy wasn't moving like a man afraid to lose a woman. He was moving like someone trying to stretch his 15 minutes into a full payday. From interviews to league connections to quiet side conversations, it all started looking transactional. That shifts the relationship from love to leverage, and that's a brutal reality for anyone to have play out in public. Meanwhile, Remy choosing to stay quiet only turned the volume up on the whispers. Silence can be powerful, but in this case, it just gave everyone else permission to write the story for her. Every blog post, every comment section, every joke hit harder because there was no pushback. The longer she avoids addressing it, the more the narrative locks in without her voice at the center. And we can't ignore how this reflects back on her legacy. Remy built her name on strength, loyalty, and standing 10 toes down. This chapter clashes hard with that image. Fans don't forget when someone moves against their own brand. Fair or not, this situation now comes up every time her name is mentioned, and that's a stain that's not easy to wash off.
Saying that he's holding stuff over her head.
Well, go with that, but you're right though. Anything can happen. So that shit will be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of us. That shit gonna blow whenever I say it's gonna go. I'm talking about when I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like the only reason why it's spark is because you.
At the end of the day, this isn't just about cheating rumors or a messy timelines. It's a collision of choices and consequences played out for the world to see. Remy rolled the dice on love, image, and ego all at once, and unfortunately, the house didn't pay out. The lesson here is loud and clear, even if she never utters a single word. Sometimes chasing that new thrill costs way more than staying put, especially when the whole world's watching and keeping every single receipt. When you step back and take in the full picture, this whole saga feels like a cautionary tale wrapped in glitter and ego. Remy didn't just lose a relationship, she lost control of her own narrative. And once the internet grabs the wheel, handing it back is the last thing you can expect. Every move she's made since then has felt reactive instead of strategic, and that's never where you want to be when public opinion is already shaky. What stings the most? None of this looks accidental anymore. People feel like the warning signs were flashing, the vibes were off, and the red flags were waving, but she doubled down regardless. In hip-hop culture, especially for women, grace runs thin when things go south, and the court of public opinion can be downright ruthless. The same crowd that once praised her strength is now openly questioning her judgment, and that flip happens faster than you'd expect. Meanwhile, Eazy walking away unscathed only added insult to injury. He didn't lose credibility, opportunities, or any sleep by the looks of it, which makes the whole situation feel even more one-sided. When one person looks disposable and the other appears completely unbothered, sympathy dries up real quick, no matter who started it. Let's be real, the culture doesn't forget moments like this. Battle rap fans, hip-hop heads, and internet commentators are already cooking up jokes, bars, and hot takes about the whole drama. When your name becomes synonymous with bad decisions, that reputation sticks way longer than any apology ever could. This didn't just bruise Remy's pride, it rewrote how an entire generation will remember this chapter of her career. To make things even messier, there's still the lingering papoose factor hanging in the background. Whether they fully reconcile or not, the fact he's still in the mix keeps the whole situation feeling incomplete. People are left wondering if this entire mess could have been avoided, and that question alone keeps the conversation alive far longer than it should be. Closure? Yeah, that never came clean, and without it, speculation runs wild. At the end of the day, nobody really wins here. Not Remy, not Eazy, and definitely not the fans who once rooted for a strong love story. What started as a bold move turned into a public unraveling with the internet watching every stumble and fall. Pride made the choices, clout amplified the chaos, and now those receipts, they're here to stay forever.